All right, so good morning. We are doing another recap today. It is Thursday, and it's looking like it's a green day today. I decided to cut it early. I'm kind of just sitting here watching at the minute. I went from, I believe, red to green, back to red, back to green. So it's been a really choppy day today, and my entries, they've been all right. They've been pretty clean, but nothing to really write home about. I kind of took a risky trade on SGD right now when it just popped up, and after I took that trade, I decided to just call it a day. You know, I think I'm feeling a little bit of pressure to make up today from a couple days ago, taking a bigger loss. So I think that pressure is building. And SGD, I took a little dip here off of 207, 209, and the break of 210. And you can see here it popped up to 230. I took my profit in the 20 range. I wish I held on a little bit longer, but as soon as I got in, I realized this might not be the type of stock today. And you can just see on the 1 minute, right? This huge doji candle. It popped all the way down to two, all the way back up to 230, and then all the way back down again. So it definitely was a very choppy day today. Right now, we have a little bit of a AMOD. Sorry about that. Which had a nice little move at 816 from about $2 a share all the way up to 327. So that was a really good trade. If we look at the 10-second real quick, we can see that the 10-second chart had this thing flushing straight up. Like it was, it's the type of momentum we wanted to see, but it wasn't able to sustain that momentum and keep going higher. You had a little bit of a dip at 261 and all the way back up to 3. So, that's a 40-cent range for pretty cheap stock, which is pretty good. I had to step away from the keyboard, so I wasn't here to trade it, unfortunately, but I can only speculate if I would have done well on it if it was moving that fast. Normally, that type of price action I like to stay away from until it pulls back, makes a good comeback, and then let's say if I was going to trade this, we're looking at the 10-second chart. I'm looking for this break here. This dip off of 62 and this continuation going up higher to 3. So that probably would have been my entry. I can't say for sure because I wasn't sitting here. It's hindsight, but that's a pretty big dip also. So I don't know if it would have scaled back at all. Yeah, so we had that, and then we also had KZIA, which I traded. No, I said it right. I just typed it in wrong. KZIA, which KZIA, I took a couple trades on this. It was a loss, unfortunately, but yeah, I think I got in a little bit unaggressively, and the reason why I did that, I would say, is because it's a cheaper stock. It's a little bit harder to trade. Right now we have TECX gapping right now. Went from 40 to 50, which is pretty good, but it's out of my price range. But like this is out of my price range as well because I don't like to trade stocks that are like barely even moving. And if you watch any of the previous videos that I made, I just been talking about how the bid and the ask stack up. And this typically happens because it's a cheaper stock. There's more shares. You see how there's 10,000 shares on the bid, 10,000 shares on the ask, and you're kind of just fluctuating in that range, and it's not really moving in either direction. It's just kind of being very stagnant, especially in this area. We did have more movement on the front side of the trade here on the 1 minute, which was really good momentum. But just because it's cheaper, I really hesitated to get in because I don't like taking cheaper stocks because I have to get in with the larger share size. Sometimes it's challenging to manage my risk on it, especially if it, like this pop right here goes from 65 all the way up to 73 and then back down. So sometimes it's a little harder to manage risk on a cheaper stock just because you can get a 15-cent flush and be in with a good amount of share size, and that's the type of risk that I don't really want to take when I'm trading. And so if we look at TECX, which is the second leading gainer in the market right now, we had a pretty good movement early on today around 7 o'clock here, and it kind of curled up, went straight back down, and then it's kind of curling up here and had some good momentum. So if this is your type of stock where it's super low volume, go risk it all on a $50 stock. But most of the people aren't going to be trading this, especially after this huge drop right now, and then it's a massive curl back up. But if we look at American Airlines, let's see, American Airlines, which is AAL. This kind of had a drop this morning from the plane crash that happened over in DC, but it's kind of rallying back up here. I think once they realized it wasn't necessarily American Airlines' fault, it's definitely curling back up. But we'll see what happens for the rest of the day. That is just it's something interesting to watch to see how it plays. But AMOD is leading right now. It's the leading gainer in the market. Very choppy. You can kind of just see the range here where it's just going up and down, up and down, up and down. It is holding this ascending support right here, which is nice. It kind of just broke below it, but it was holding earlier today. And then you had a little bit of ascending resistance as well. And so that made it a little bit hard to trade, unfortunately. But yeah, this is kind of just today where it's just been slow for the past couple of days. You can only speculate why, but not a lot happening. It's been pretty dead, unfortunately. So we can just hope for tomorrow being a wild card day where we had something moving. I'm prepared to trade it. I had two green days in a row. After commission, my day is probably not green, unfortunately, just because my commissions are so high. But definitely that last trade on SGD helped out a lot. I wish I held a little bit longer, but once I realized, hey, this might not be the best trade in the world, I'm just gonna cut ties with it after 5 or 10 cents that I made on it. But yeah, so hopefully we get some gainers tomorrow morning. I just wanted to make a quick recap here, and appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next one.